Hey guys, I think everybody's with me. I think we're all just absolutely devastated for Justin Baldoni when this news came down today. I think just can't believe it. I'm just so sad for him. I just don't want the bad guy to win, which I think Blake Lively, hands down. I think she's just like a petulant child that's kind of getting away with it. And it's just so frustrating to see. So I did a little research since this all came out just to see like what are his chances? Does he have any kind of redemption of this, that he can just keep this going, or at least not like cow down to the Blake Lively's of the world. So there's two things. Like I said, I've been listening to some lawyers and stuff, but there's two things that I found that was very interesting that does give a ray of hope. So stick with me, guys. I'm just going to go through a couple of those things. My name's Delana. Please like, subscribe, share. I've been doing a deep dive into this whole lawsuit as everybody since the very beginning. So this is just a very disappointing turn of events. So I just wanted to go with the first thing is like in his ruling on Monday, Liman found the initial claims first made in complaint in the California Civil Rights Department and shared with the Times were covered by litigation privilege, which immunizes legal claims from defamation action. So that's really key there. So when all my research, someone was talking about this law, and I think this is pretty much the crux of what Lyman is talking about. Like, because we have this, everything else doesn't matter. But someone kept pointing, you have to read, you have to read that civil law, right? So that code is 47.1. So they did, when I went to it, this was pointed out. The California legislature has added California Civil Code 47.1, making communications made without malice, which I think that is like the biggest key. It has to be without malice. Regarding an incident of sexual assault, harassment, or discrimination, a privileged communication provided that the individual making the statement had a reasonable basis to file a complaint. I think that if anybody's paying half attention to all of this, one, I 100% think it's based on malice. I think she's got like a freaking bone to pick with him. I have no idea why. Well, I do, because I think she has a crush on him, and I don't think her husband liked it. So this is the defense that she came out with. But that is 100% done with malice, like 100%. So it's going to be interesting to see how Friedman kind of goes about this, and does he kind of counteract this, because we'll go over all the other claims are kind of, well, if she said this, so if she said that and that's covered by the California Civil Code, then she can't really bring that into all the other parts of the lawsuit. So the next part of it, the Times reporting of the claims was also protected under the Fair Report privilege, which allows media outlets to cover legal proceedings without incurring defamation liability. But it's also they're saying, well, we believe her, and whatever she's saying is covered by the civil code. So, and the court has to honor that. But again, I think it's under malice, so we'll see what goes on there. Reynolds, Lively's husband, was accused in the suit of defaming Baldoni by calling him a sexual predator. The judge found that Reynolds was relying on Lively's versions of events, which he had no reason to doubt. And again, it's based on what she's saying. They have to protect what she's saying, but then it shouldn't be protected because it was all done with malice and it wasn't true. So, like I said, I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know. Brian Friedman's the only one that has the answer to this one. But the judge also found that Leslie Sloan, Lively's publicist, did not defame Baldoni in her dealings with the Daily Mail, finding Sloan likewise relied on Lively's account. So essentially, all of his claims are being dismissed because of what Lively said, and they're going by it. She said it without malice. She had no ulterior motive. It was all true. So, which I don't think it is, nor does I think 95% of the population that Ed knows anything about this believes too. I think it was all done with malice. So it's unfortunate because essentially the court, it sounds like they're taking whatever she says at face value, and whatever she says at face value is protected by this California civil law. So it kind of discredits the rest of his lawsuit. But another second hope is that though he dismissed Baldoni's entire lawsuit, which also alleged extortion and other claims, but it allowed him to amend and refile a couple allegations regarding interference with contracts. So he does have two parts of that lawsuit that can be amended. I think it's by June 23rd. So they can amend those two parts of the lawsuit and then keep going. But I just find it very interesting. I find it extremely frustrating I feel like, and there is quotes, I found it too annoying to even post it, but by her lawyer saying this is like 100% victory. See, we've told you guys all along. But that's just, to me, that's just gaslighting because it doesn't prove anything. I think that the bullshit that she was spewing was covered by this law in California, so therefore the bullshit doesn't count in this lawsuit. But it doesn't make it smell anything less than like bullshit. It's just it smells like shit all the way around. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. It will be very interesting to see what Justin Friedman says when he comes out, because he's going to make a statement. He has to make a statement to tell us what's going on. And the second thing, did he really have this in mind, knowing that he's going to win the court of public opinion, knowing that this was going to be brought up and that this part of the lawsuit would be dismissed, but doesn't really care because he's 100% won the court of opinion of the public. 100%. I think, like I said, I think we're 95% all in with Justin Baldoni. It will be interesting to see if the whole thing is dismissed. Another question I had, like, and kind of people have been talking about this, like, so say if this all gets dismissed, this all goes away, does Justin Baldoni still have a career? I hope so. I think he's a good-looking guy. I think he's a really nice guy. They think that Blake Lively is going to be summoned to like the Meghan Markles of the world, where she's just like a lifestyle brand. But I don't know. I think Baldoni's like a talented guy. He picked a good movie. He's a good actor. He's good looking. He was directing. I hope to God that his career isn't over. And I think that the 95% of the population that is behind him 100%, I hope they support him on whatever next he does. And I hope no one goes to another Blake Lively movie. I hope that she's done with that. Go to your lifestyle brand, go hang out with Meghan Markle. But I really hope that everybody, the people that are supporting Justin Baldoni now, support him in the box office when he does his next movie. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully Brian Friedman comes out with some kind of a statement to give us some kind of idea of what's going on. Thanks. Bye.